was a pretty cool experience. Right there. Okay, so first heart practice, Brahma Viharas, if you want to be fancy, is Metta. So it's a word we often translate as loving kindness, but I think a better translation of this is goodwill. Like sincerely wishing goodwill upon people, regardless of your experience with them. Not easy. Simple, but not easy. And so, this is, of course, where meditation kicks in, and we have to practice these qualities, and we have to kind of develop these things, because otherwise, what are we doing, Loving kindness. Okay, so in order to, I guess I have to pitch why you would even need loving kindness in your life first. Is that what we need to do? Let's go talk. Okay, so I assume if you found my content at all, you found this channel, that you are more inclined to seek more kindness, more peace, more calm in your life to begin with. And so that's kind of where this whole thing comes about. The peace, the calm, the loving kindness that we seek doesn't always come naturally. We always have this tendency to react out of selfishness, out of our desire for pleasurable things, out of aversion of unpleasant things. And so we have to work on it. We have to practice. How do we actually start loving people a little bit more unconditionally in our lives? It doesn't come without work. And so the Buddha offered a really structured way to do this. The Metta practice originally came out of necessity. And it came in kind of a funny way, because back in the Buddhist time, the monks, the area they were in was really dangerous. It was tigers, it was cobras, it was, things that will kill you. And they were prominent. And so the fear of being in these places was really high. And they went to the Buddha and they said, "Hey, man, we're scared. What are we supposed to do with all of this stuff around us?" And he said, "Oh, yeah, let me give you a tool." And he gave them this loving kindness practice, like offer these beings metta as you would want metta for yourself, as you would want goodwill for yourself, offer this to others. Okay, I get it, that's great, but does that really offer security and safety? It's like, yeah, there's no such thing. This is the world that you live in. So we choose. Do we want to act out of goodwill, or do we want to act out of remorse and spite and resentment and all of these things? Like, well, I want a little bit more kindness in my life. So he taught them this practice. Now with the heart practices, it's different than mindfulness, which we've kind of been talking about in all of the videos previously. Mindfulness is more about presence. It's more about being with what is, seeing what arises, coming back to the breath. But the heart practices, it's a little bit more about cultivation. And so we offer these phrases that you can repeat to yourself silently in meditation and just see what the response is. The phrases for metta specifically, and there are traditional phrases, and I'll talk about how we can kind of move away from those phrases if they don't quite catch. But the traditional phrases are starting internally with inside. May I be happy. May I be at ease. And may I be free from suffering. Those are the three phrases. Firstly, this does not mean may I be happy, meaning may everything go my way, may everything happen exactly the way that I want it to. It's may I be happy right now. May I be at ease with life as it is right now, just as it is, no changes, no edits, no notes. Can I just be happy and at ease right here? And may I be free from suffering. We've already talked about that. What causes suffering? It's attachment, it's aversion, it's craving. And so can I be free from the suffering and truly be happy right now as life presents itself? And so sometimes we say these phrases in meditation and they don't quite match up to what we want, and it doesn't feel authentic. And my recommendation is just repeat the phrases. Come back to this place of like, this is the heart that I want. We're cultivating these feelings. Now, we've learned since the Buddhist time of this thing called neuroplasticity, right? There are neurons and neural pathways that we've created over time in our brains. Karma, anyone? And so whenever we look at these phrases as a constant retraining of the mind, if I can teach myself to come back to these phrases as I'm practicing, and when aversion comes up, like, okay, cool, may I be happy, may I be at ease, may I be free from suffering, this becomes an inclination. We are building neural pathways. The mind can be changed, it just takes a bit. And I don't know if it's the same for you, but anything that's worth having is worth working toward. When we do this, it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to go about and wish things for yourself, but we can only share what we have. And so maybe that's a good way to start this. It's like, I'm going to try to cultivate these feelings because I want to share them with others. And that's exactly what we do. We cultivate this for ourselves. May I be happy. May I be at ease. May I be free from suffering. And then, work with that for a little bit. And then you move, you shift, you transfer those energies, that warmth. And you can kind of envision it in the heart, like a warm, radiating feeling. Radiating is a word we use a lot whenever we talk about the heart practices. And then you take that warmth and you share it with others, starting in meditation. Like you practice this. So the first iteration of this transfer of metta to others is envisioning someone that you love, someone that has benefited you greatly, someone that you have admiration for, and then you offer them these phrases with that same warm heart that you had for yourself, right? Just as I want to be happy, I too want you to be happy. I want you to be at ease. I want you to be free from suffering, just as it is right now. No fixes, no edits, life right now. So you offer those phrases. May you be happy. May you be at ease. May you be free from suffering. And you work with that for a little bit. All the while, we are figuring out how do we do this practice and keep that warmth. That way you have this transfer from self to others, but it's kind of an easy transfer, right? There are people in your life that are easy to love, that are easy to wish happiness for. I always talk about the Sangha, the community of practitioners, the people that are wanting to be better. You. It's easy for me to offer you these phrases because I sincerely wish for your happiness, your ease, and your freedom from suffering. But when we move to others that maybe don't share that sentiment, it gets a little bit harder. I've got to set up the studio, so we're going to kill two birds with one stone. A little bit different kind of video, more vloggy style, but we'll do it. We'll make it happen. A lot of light. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so we've talked about self. Now we moved to others that we loved. A little bit more difficult is expanding to someone that maybe you don't know that well. Someone's neutral. That'd be someone like the person that checks you out at the grocery store or at the gas station, someone that you maybe see fairly often but don't know their name or don't know them that well. So you can think to yourself, I want to be happy, I want to be at ease, I want to be free from suffering, I want my loved ones to be happy, at ease, free from suffering. I mean, just as I desire for this happiness, surely this person does as well, and I have no ill will towards this person. It's easy for me to envision, yeah, I want you to be happy, I want you to be at ease, I want you to be free from suffering, definitely. Even though I don't know your name, it's easy for me to transmit that feeling to you. I keep that warmth, I keep the warmth that I have for myself, warmth that I have for my loved ones, and I extend that to you because I seriously want you to be happy as well. Okay, I can get on board with this, but then it gets even harder. Okay, here's where the rubber meets the road a little bit. Self. We work on this. May I be at ease. May I be happy. May I be free from suffering. You've been repeating these phrases quite a bit by this point in the meditation, and so it's important to make the phrases your own. Just because they're old, and these phrases aren't really that old because they're English, right? You have to make it to where you feel the phrases. And I tend to add clarification to my phrases to make sure that they're kind of hitting for me. May I be happy right now, just as life is. And that becomes the phrase. Does it make sense? So I kind of switch them or add to them, change the feeling to make sure that I'm understanding and it's hitting the right way. But we've been repeating them for a while. For self, for someone that we admire, we love, and then someone that we don't really know that well. Then we can start moving to maybe people that you have some qualms with. Some people that are just like mixed, like a mixed bag of emotions here. Someone that you liked at one point, but maybe had a falling out with or something like that. Work on these phrases with those people as well. See if you can find just this genuine, natural desire for people to be happy. Not for them to win the lottery, not for some, woo-woo magical experience to happen to them, but for them to just find happiness in their lives. And then, it's funny, I think the traditional phrases were, okay, well now turn this on your enemies. And when I first started practicing, this was 18 years ago, I was like, I don't understand what that means. 18 years ago, I didn't have any enemies. Maybe people that have that mixed bag of emotions. Man, 2026, that feels like we're building enemies. Whether that's political people, that's humanitarian people, we are building these big evil monsters in our minds. And people do some really crappy things. But people act out of their own suffering as well. And so, can we get to a place where we see the enemy and say, you know what, I wish for happiness, I wish for ease, and I wish for freedom from suffering for these people, because the things that they do that are the evil in the world comes from a place of suffering, comes from a place of ego, comes from a place of greed and hatred. Can we wish for the eradication of those things in them? And so it's a gesture of goodwill. And I guess at the beginning of this practice, it can be a little bit of selfishness, in the scope that you can wish for freedom from suffering because then it will alleviate the things that you don't like about those people. But that's kind of cultivation of wholesome qualities anyway. I want there to be less greed, less hatred, less delusion in my life. Therefore, I practice to gain more loving kindness, more compassion, more appreciation, more equanimity. These heart practices. And so I want those for me. I want those for you. I always talk about this radiating, right? So in the meditation, which if you're interested, there will be a video if you want to do the meditation. Wait until the end. It'll be linked in the card. we do the meditation, and it's structured like this. We start with a little bit of mindfulness, get with the breath, focus on your desire for happiness. May I be happy, may I be at ease, may I be free from suffering. We work on that for a bit. We move to someone that we love. May you be happy, may you be at ease, may you be free from suffering. Someone that's neutral, the grocery store person, right? Happiness, ease, freedom. Move to someone that's a little bit irritating you, someone you have a bit of a qualm with. Happiness, ease, freedom. Move to the enemy. Move to someone you just don't like. I don't like these people at all, whatever that is. Someone who, if you get further along in the practice and you start getting used to these phrases, maybe someone who's harmed you, right? Start working on the letting go process of may you be happy, may you be at ease, may you be free from suffering. I can offer you this sincerely. And while you're practicing with these things, feel free to say them even if you don't mean them. We are cultivating qualities. That doesn't mean we have the qualities inherently. We may have to work on it. That's what practice is for. But this radiating, at the end, it's, with this warmth, can I just imagine, I don't really like a lot of visualizations personally, but this one works for me. Can I imagine this radiating happening from outside or from inside of me out, right? And can I offer metta to all of the people in my building, and then all of the people in the surrounding neighborhood, and the city, and the state, and the country, just this radiation of loving kindness. And what's cool about that is I've started envisioning this atmosphere around me personally, that if you, in person or digitally, enter my space, you have to come through this atmosphere of loving kindness. If you're around me at all, it starts with metta. Regardless of what our interaction is, regardless of what my opinion is of you, it starts with, I wish you ease, I wish you happiness, I wish you freedom from suffering. And this is how I want to live my life. I asked my teacher once, because we were doing a practice on resentments, and I said, I don't think I have a ton of resentments. What do I do about that? And he said, well, maybe your view of resentments is wrong. Any relationship that is not just loving kindness may be a resentment. Look into that. So anything that you view with a little bit of trepidation, with a little bit of that's not how I want this to be, maybe that's somewhere we can work on loving kindness. Because I want this to just be natural state. I want loving kindness to be the thing that I live with consistently and constantly. But we have to work at it. That's the practice. So moving forward, the next 3 videos with the other heart practices, what's amazing about this, and here's what's cool about this practice or the Buddhism in general, constant learning, constantly learning new things. And so I'll always kind of watch a monk talk about, metta in preparation, maybe a couple days before, just kind of getting it in my brain. Okay, what am I feeling about this right now? And he said something that kind of struck me to the ground that I didn't really notice before. Metta, loving kindness, transforms in its reaction to other things. So we cultivate loving kindness, we cultivate this wholesome goodwill for others. But if loving kindness meets pain, it morphs into compassion. Loving kindness met with pain is compassion. Loving kindness met with pleasure is non-attached appreciation. And then loving kindness from a 50,000 foot view, no self, is equanimity. And so those are the next 3 heart practices that we'll talk about. We'll talk about meditations for each of those. If you are feeling particularly inspired to actually practice, here is the loving kindness meditation. I invite you to do this with me. And then, do it a couple of times. Get familiar with the phrases. Find your own versions of them. I'll give space for that in the guided meditation. And then give it your own space. Don't always do guided meditations, because then you can have space to be okay, I really need to work with this one that I'm sitting with. Maybe it's just self. Maybe you need to practice these phrases to this person right here. It's I just need to work on loving myself, having a little bit more goodwill to myself. That's great. Do an entire, month, year, 10 years on just trying to cultivate goodwill for yourself, because it's worth it. Because the things that we cultivate here are shared outward. And that's what this is all about. This isn't about principles. This isn't about practices. This is about changing the world that we live in. So I appreciate you being here with me, and thanks for the sticking around this new version. I'll do this sometimes when I've got other things to do and I'm not just doing a talking head. I move around a little bit more. But I appreciate you. I appreciate your practice, and I'll see you in the next one.